And you didn't really give me an answer. I had a look at your annual reports, but I didn't actually see a detailed breakdown of multiple votes by electorate. Now, the reason why I want to bring this up again is that I've had a constituent come to me and he asked you for a list of multiple votes in 2016 to the 2016 electorate, and you came back with the breakout of multiple votes, and it turns out that in the federal electorate of Herbert, there were 50 multiple votes, but yet Ewan Jones, who was the member at the time, only lost by 37 votes. What commitment can the AEC give that it's going to speed up reporting on multiple votes or duplicate, people that vote more than once? And in particular, can you commit to doing it within the 40-day time frame, which as per section 355 and 357 of the AEC Act, you have to lodge any complaints?
Well, first of all, Senator, I did give you a response last time. Sorry, you may not have been happy with the response, but I absolutely gave you a response, and I also told you that we published that data, as I mentioned, in our annual report process.
I didn't see that broken down by electorate. I saw a total number, but I didn't see an electorate number.
That was, from memory, that wasn't the question you asked. You asked about the data for multiple voting.
Right.
If I might go back to Herbert and in 2016, and I'm just going off memory here, Senator, and that's one electorate out of many. We involved the AFP in that process in Herbert,
right,
and they gave us again. You're asking about an individual electorate. If I get this wrong, it's just we'll need to clean up the data. They gave us a commitment to provide more investigators for that one event than they'd ever done previously, and I think they sent, from memory, something like 12 AFP investigators to Herbert and knocked on doors. So, as is always the case, Senator, there are a whole range of reasons why that the data may not have been reflective of what actually occurred on the ground. And from memory...
Okay, so that's fine. I mean, that's done now. But what I want to know is, going forward, can you commit to having a more timely process of reporting duplicate voters by electorate within the 40-day time frame of having to report that? Because, in some of these very close calls...
Senator, we've given a commitment previously, as we've said before, if ever the level of multiple voting reached the level that we think that it put the soundness of the result in jeopardy, we would immediately refer that to the Court of Disputed Returns. But I've been on record as saying previously that the issue of multiple voting in Australia is vanishingly small. Generally, something like...
And I accept that, but look, in some cases it's only going to be 1 or 2%. It's only going to take a handful of votes.
And if that were ever the case, we would immediately take action. And you raised one issue with me with Herbert, and as I've just said with Herbert, we had an unprecedented response and swift response involving us and the AFP, because it's not just us involved in this process, it's also the Australian Federal Police involved in it. And the process in Herbert worked very well. We were quick. If I got the number of investigators wrong, it was many, and we did it as quickly as we possibly could. So we are always on that, Senator. Of course, I'll give a commitment that we'll move as quickly as we possibly can. We always do.
Okay, but I still want to come back. I'm an accountant. We have to do monthly reporting. And sometimes even weekly reporting, depending on what it was, because we need to keep benchmarking. And the old saying is, what gets measured gets improved. Will you commit to reporting on multiple votes by electorate? It's not, you said last time, I think you had half the machines now record people who vote electronically in order to instill more confidence in the system.
I'm happy to do that. I just have a feeling we've actually reported that, even to the Joint Standing Committee. And I might have a think about that. We might have already done it, but sure, I'll give you that commitment, Senator, because I think we're already doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Authorised G. Rennick, LNP Chermside.